Who am I when I'm not holding a camera? What a great question. Hello, good morning. I have a podcast recording today where I'm actually the interviewee, which is very interesting because I'm used to being the I'm used to either being the interviewer with like my other podcast or in the recent 3 years, honestly, like I'm like the producer, so the behind the scenes, and I'm also the editor. But someone asked me to be on their podcast and we're doing it today. So I literally just smacked on makeup on my face really, really quick. And I put this ring light up because the sun is really not out today. But yeah, it's 10 a.m. I'm about to hop online. We're going to do this podcast. Should be like an hour. Like I know the topics, but I don't know the questions. So we'll see. Let's go.
Who are you when you're not holding a camera? If you can share more about that.
Who am I when I'm not holding a camera? What a great question. I'm a Christian. I will say that. I'm Christy. I am a Christian. I'm a daughter and a sister. Wow. I feel like a lot of my work revolves around the camera and even just my hobbies and stuff. So sometimes it's hard to think. But like if I'm not really holding a camera, I'm maybe in church or like plugged in community. Mm-hmm. Or even as of late, I've been kind of hosting events in my city and have been like pushing like people to kind of get into rooms and kind of make connections and trying to essentially combat like adult loneliness and just like social isolation. So yeah, I would say that's me. Like I'm faith is a very big part of me and a very big part of my identity and like, you know, as a Christian. And then also to like outside of that, from faith, I've learned like we can't really do this life alone. And then that has also kind of like inspired me to kind of start hosting like social groups so people can hopefully truly find like connection. And not every connection is going to be a great connection or it's going to like spark something like bigger. But just even the practice of learning how to like take yourself outside of your comfort zone and just speak to new people in different settings and hold a conversation. I feel like because we're so online so much, sometimes we're losing that.
You started like alone or with someone?
I started alone. I lived in LA for a little bit. I came here, moved to DC. A lot of my issues with LA, I liked LA as a city, but one of my biggest problems there was finding community, right? And I felt that like, because it is a city where a lot of people move to the city every day and a lot of people leave the city every day, I felt like when I was just starting to find my friends, like my friends were telling me, oh yeah, like we're actually moving back home. Like, and I'm like, what? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we've been here for 5 years. Like the season is done. Like we just are moving away. And it took me a while to even meet those people, right? Like to kind of like find, like I was meeting people every day, but like, again, not everyone you meet is going to be your person, if that makes sense. And also sometimes too, some people are more for professional settings rather than social settings and things like that. So I felt like when I was starting to meet my people, they were starting to leave and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to do this again. And towards the ending of my time at LA, I did like a going away party or a gathering, I should say. Mm-hmm. And I realized that like, it's not that I didn't have community. Like I was seeing the same faces there. And like, these are the same people that would show up for me whenever I had another event or like they would be there to celebrate me and things like that. So it wasn't that I didn't know people. I think it was just the frequency we were meeting. Like also the issue with LA is like everything's so far and there's so much traffic. So no one wants to drive. So like sometimes you can go weeks, months without seeing your people, seeing your friends. Right. And you have to be super intentional to kind of make time to see those people. And I think like that's something that we experience as adults. But even in a city like that, it makes it 2 times worse. So then when I came to move to DC, I was like, same kind of problem. Like it was a little bit different because the city's smaller. And like I think also here in DC, like we kind of all just have this like routine or idea of like, you know, you work through the week and then on the weekends you make time for your friends, but like you still have to be intentional. So I was like, okay, I think I'm going to start this group with my friends and I just want people to meet up once a month and we just can catch up. And ideally as well, hopefully, I think I have great friends. Like, so I would hope like, you know, like I think my friends can also meet some of my other friends that they may not know. And like, maybe they can all like spark something as well. And I've always liked to mix friend groups. Like I know some people are really weird about that, but I think it's great. I think I like my friends and my friends are cool. So I think like if you're cool and you're my friend and you're my other friend and you're cool, I feel like we can all be cool together. So yeah, I started it like that. And one of my friends actually posted it like just for fun. I didn't even ask her to. She posted it on TikTok. It's like, oh, like my friend Christy does this thing. And it blew up in like this area, like in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And people were like, oh, we want to come. Like, when's the next one? When's the next one? And there was like a demand for it. So then that's when I kind of started to kind of move it more outside of my friend group and move it into like for the public as well. And we've been doing it now for a little over a year. We started June last year, 2024. So yeah. Alrighty. I just finished the podcast episode. I don't know. That was it was a lot for me. Like, it was a lot in a good way. Like, I'm used to being off the mic completely and just editing and producing. And me being invited to the show it was just such an honor. And I met these girls when I was in Madrid. I went to Madrid in 2023, and there was this like mad cool festival that they had. It's a music fest. There were Black women, and they were at this watching the I don't know if I knew who was performing, to be honest. I don't think I was familiar with the artist, but I was waiting to go see Sam Fender. And I was like, I think they came up to me, or I came up to them. I don't know, but we had a little connection, and we were like, oh yeah, like, let's be friends. And they were kind of saying, like, in the podcast, that they were very shocked. They were like, what is she doing here? This Black American girl is all the way in Europe and Madrid. Like, why? I'm like, girl, y'all know about me. Like, I mean, now they know about me, but like, I love it. I love that kind of stuff. So we just hit it off, and I went to go see all the people they wanted to see, and I was introduced to new artists from them, and then they came to see the people I wanted to see, and we just connected, and we've been in touch ever since. Not as in touch as I would like. I was just telling them, like, we need to stay more in touch, because one of them they were both in Barcelona before, so they came to Madrid for the fest, and then one of them just actually moved to Germany or recently, so it was cool to be on this show. This is Christy. I got your number from the email. How are you?
Oh, Chrissy, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. Is now a good time? I emailed you.
Sure. Yeah, let's go over that.
So I host these events in the DMV. My group is called YapFest. It's essentially for people who are looking to kind of like build community in the city, DC, Maryland, Virginia, and then like kind of make new friends. So it's a social event. And what I was thinking is like this after hours kind of cafe social, light DJ setup. So just some music. I'll provide like games for my guests just to kind of keep the conversation flowing. Ideally, if we could buy the coffee and the like pastries and stuff from you guys, then they would buy directly from you guys, so you guys can make your profits from that.
Well, I think that we can work around that, Chrissy.
Okay.
On my end, I'm super happy with the idea. I like the concept you're sharing with me, and I would love to make that happen. I just have to map out like.
How many can the cafe fit?
Well, we can have 150.
Okay. I don't know if I'll get that high, if I'm being real. But I think like, 25 to 35. As y'all saw, I called that man because I emailed him and been emailing him. And I said, okay. He said he'll call me today. Didn't call me. Call me yesterday. Didn't call me. You didn't call me. I'm going to call you. Emails are great, but sometimes if you can physically be in the location, do it. My full first year, I did not do that. Okay. But this is we're in my second year. I haven't hit 2 years yet, but this is like the second year. And they're busy. They're running 10,000 things. They're busy. They got stuff to do. And I get it. But I also have stuff to do in the sense of like, I'm trying to push myself forward, right? Pull up on them. Also, an in-person connection when they can see you face to face. You pitching, have your sales pitch, right? I got to work on mine because I actually had to do that yesterday. I went to this other cafe, and I didn't even really plan to go there, but it was next door to one of the cafes I did plan to go to, and I planned to speak to the manager there. The managers weren't in. So then I said, oh wait, there's another cafe here. Let me go see and just look inside. I said, hey, if I want to have an event here, do you know who I'd contact about that? She said, me. I said, oh. I had to pitch to her. I wasn't mentally prepared, like saying I'm about to go in here and pitch, but I know what my group is. I know what I'm trying to push forward. And I said what it was. Now, I did come home last night and sit down and actually type up the stuff because some of the stuff has been in my head for the longest time, but I need the proper like terminology on paper as well. So I just typed it up. It's a working document. We're working on it. I'm trying to find the right language for it. I'm trying to also define my 3 to 4 pillars. But we're moving. Know what your business is about. Know what your company is about. Know what you're offering. Be able to pitch the idea quickly and know your mission and your pillars.